what was the biggest lie I've ever been caught in, because these two celebrities have been exposed yesterday, and they deserve to apologize.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Me?
Jamie. Yep, biggest lie.
I think the biggest lie that I've ever told my parents, and Mom, if you're listening, hi, I love you. I was a kid, I remember, in high school.
You
and
were?
Yeah, I was.
That's crazy. How long ago was that? Like, back 2001?
No. I remember at the time, my parents were only like, you're only allowed to go outside and hang out with people after school if you get all your homework done. But like at the time, getting all my homework done was always a chore because I would like to listen to music. That would take up my time because then I'd wind up singing. Or like I would go to extra help, and then by the time it would be extra help, it was already like 4 o'clock and there was not much to do. So some days I would hang out with my friends, and when some of my friends could drive, and they would pick me up and take me to different towns, and I said I just had to be home before my mom got home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always made it home usually, but there were some days where it was a little close, cutting it close to 6 o'clock. And my mom would be like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm coming home from extra help. And she'd be like, why are you taking so long?
Extracurricular activities, God forbid.
Yeah, so I never really joined any clubs. I've tried, but I had one guy that would stalk me, and I didn't really appreciate it. One guy would come from a different town and pretend to be a cat in my art club.
What?
Yeah, and the whole time I'm trying to color, he'd be like, meow, meow. And I'm like, bro, you need to stop.
Wait, meowing, huh?
He was in there? He was in the classroom?
Yeah, at the time.
I was a meower too back in my day.
No, at the time, the security wasn't as top notch. Like, like they didn't care if outside people came in.
Right, that's true.
That was before,
That was before
Dude,
everybody got
alumni
really...
used to just show up like any time. It's like, oh, hey,
Alumni.
we graduated.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey,
How
what's
you
up,
been?
guys? I was sitting in your seat, man.
Alumni.
Who?
Alumni.
Oh.
Yeah.
The way you said it was so fast.
Yeah,
Alumni.
See, this guy wasn't an alumni. This guy was just completely from a different school.
I noticed, but people used to be like, if you graduated, you used to just be able to walk in and be like, hey guys, here's all my old teachers. You can't do that anymore.
Now you really have to like kind of make an appointment and get slips and all that. It's annoying, but these people, this guy just came in through the back door and was like, I'm joining the art club. And the teachers didn't care. They were like, oh cool, another body, another reason why we can have the art club. But
well, if they were probably thinking, oh, he's in the building, he must be a student.
Well, they knew that they've never seen him before.
Yeah, but they probably thought he still was a student at the school.
Yeah, but if you're like so many months into the school year and you're just showing up, I mean, it's a little weird. But then again...
He might have just never taken an art class. He could have just been doing other stuff. Again, it's because they allow people in that they can make that assumption that, oh, this guy must have always been here and I didn't see him.
Jamie, let's pull back to the story, all right? Did your mom find out or what?
She definitely was catching on.
What did she do? How did she get the... She started calling the school? What
no, she was really... she was catching on. She's like, so what's going on? I'm like, She's like, why does it not sound like you're at the school? And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, because, I am. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
Wait, where were you? What did it sound like?
She was with her friends.
My friend Marissa, she's trans, so at the time she was not Marissa.
Mm-hmm.
She would pick us up and we would just drive around like East Meadow and we would drive around Levittown.
So what? She would, like, your mom would hear the phone, on the phone.
She would hear the music blasting, and obviously, like, why would there be music blasting at the school? Why would there sound like traffic? Because I'm not driving the car. I'm sitting in the back.
You're sitting in the back? So, before you answer a call, I think it'd be smart to...
or sometimes I would take friends with me and we'd all go together. So I'd be like, I'm with my friend, which isn't a lie, but it's not helping the fact that, like, we're not even in the same town.
I knew some clubs that played, like, music, like they had a little stereo going, just a little bit in the back. Like, what? That's
a little bit in the background, but this is not a little bit in the background.
This is like blasting?
James doesn't get it. He
like
needs
blasting.
A full description. He needs the whole dissection. He needs a
When you're like 15, 16, you just think you're super cool blasting the music, But now it's like, oh, that's crazy.
So what'd you have to deal with when you got back home?
So my mom would always be like, so where were you? And I'm like, oh, at school, It never really became more than that. And my dad would always be like, you can't do that. You can't go out.
So she never actually, you never admitted to your guilt? Or
no, but
they knew what was going on.
But there was one time where I got punished severely and I was not allowed to go out. And I went out anyway for my birthday. And I really tried to rush home to get home. And I didn't make it on time. And my dad, freaked out. So, and I also one
Ferris
time...
Bueller did it better.
I don't think I've ever told this story on air. But one time I had Okay, this time I really got caught.
Uh-oh.
Really, really, really got caught. And I don't even know how to explain this one. I had a friend over. I had my best friend at the time and her ex-boyfriend, because now they've been broken up, but they were together for 7 years. And they were graduating that year, and his friend at the time was like, we're just going to go into your house and we're just going to have a party. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, what? And it was during the week. And so they get into, so I unlock my door, and I thought that maybe they would take it as a hint to not come in, but they blast through the door. They start raiding my fridge.
What is this, like Cat in the Hat?
And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
What, you unlocked the door?
To my house?
Yeah.
To get inside my own house.
And they just followed you?
No, they like trampled me, because they're men and they're taller than me.
Okay.
And I'm like probably not even like, 4'8".
That's crazy.
So they like trampled me, start drinking the waters in the fridge, looking at all the food, and I'm like, what is going on?
I would have called the cops. Like that like I did not permit this.
So then so my best friend and her ex at the time, her boyfriend leaves, and I just have this guy in my closet.
What? No.
This guy, this random ass guy in my closet. I don't even know who the hell he is. I don't even remember his name. This guy in my shoe closet, just in my room. And I'm like, bro, get out. And he's like, no. I'm like, and you hear the alarm go off because my dad's home now. I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to explain this to my dad. But like,
wait, he was in the designated shoe closet?
dude, he was in my closet in my room.
Oh, no.
That's not a good look.
So I'm like, what do I do? I got this guy in my closet. My dad's home. He's probably not going to be in a good mood. So my dad comes up the stairs. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, Dad, there's a man in my closet. And he's like, what? I'm like, there's a guy in the closet, and I don't know how to, tell him to get out.
This was in high school?
Yeah. So he opens the door and he just screams at him and basically tries to shove him down the stairs.
Oh my god.
And he leaves.
Shout out to abuse and violence, baby.
Well, I mean, why is he came in the house without permission?
He definitely panicked after that. He was
And,
like, I messed up.
That was the last time I ever saw that guy.
He went full send out the door.
We never spoke about it ever again. We completely
Just
forgot about
ignored
it.
the fact about it. That's cool. Shout out to
Yeah.
that guy in the closet. Addison, you have any guys in your closet anytime soon?
No.
No.
But if I ever did find them, they're not leaving my house in one piece.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's not happening.
Addison, what's the biggest lie you ever told?
Well,
Whether it be
in
your
high-
parents' job or friends.
Well, in high school, I said I was going for a jog at Jones Beach. I really went to a party. And,
Jog at Jones Beach, how long do you think that
my
could
jog
be?
at Jones Beach was like 8 hours.
Oh my.
Very long jog at Jones Beach. They didn't care. I just kept texting them or whatever.
Okay.
But there was some part of the party where I face planted.
Oh.
And I go back to my truck. I went outside to get some air. The party's inside, and I guess I just face planted. And I woke up. It's raining, and I hear like everyone having a good time, like behind a closed door, and like I'm just laying on the ground on this back patio. It's rain like a loser.
But doesn't that kind of add to your jogging story?
No, yeah, it was hilarious. So I go back to my truck. I'm like, let me just see what I look like. And I'm like, oh no, this is not okay.
How
Luckily
bad
you were
was
going
it?
to jog though, so you could have felt. Oh, he messed up his face pretty good. He got like a
Wait.
bunch of.
How bad was
What's a
It
turf
it?
looked
burn
like
on
I got
there.
rocked in the
Yeah.
face.
Do you know what you hit? Was it like a...
It was cement pavement.
Yeah, he just scraped
someone's
his
backyard.
face on the pavement.
Very, very bad.
That sounds.
So I told him, I fell when I fell jogging on the boardwalk at Jones Beach.
And they said, oh no.
They thought I was an idiot.
I mean...
Incapable of living, incapable of just like, wow, just injury prone, moron. Like, what can he really do with his life? That whole thing.
You think they're listening now?
Oh, absolutely. That's fine. I don't care.
I think your story's a bit better than having some random ass guy in a
that is-
closet.
I passed out, and then I wake up, and I'm just laying face down on someone's back patio, and I hear everyone cheering, like, ha ha, I hear laughing, and, glasses clinking, and I'm just
Sleepy.
from a closed door on the outside, like, oh, what's happening?
He got so eepy.
So bad. My friend ended up driving my truck home that night, dropped me off. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
James, you ever lie? I feel like you're not a big liar. I feel like you just tell it how it is, huh?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one time where you could remember, maybe being very little, where you lied to your parents or lied to whoever you need to lie to at the time to get what you wanted?
I mean, when I was a child, like I did a lot of like like little white lies type stuff, but it went from that to like more progressive, like self-beneficial lies.
So tell me one of those.
But it wouldn't like, it was nothing significant. I will
tell
say.
me one of them.
I want to say in my later years, I think I might have told this story already, but the FBI showed up to my house.
Oh, no, that doesn't count as a lie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well,
That's a good one.
Well,
though.
let me explain to you why that counts as that was probably my biggest lie.
That one was pretty funny.
To date, probably my biggest lie to date. That was back in 2018. Yes, I was still practically a child.
You still are.
Yeah. I mean,
That's kind of crazy that it's still kind of recent in a sense.
I mean, now I'm like 19. Then I was like, what, 15? Mm-hmm.
You've grown, right?
Yeah, no, it feels like it's been like forever since then. But I remember seeing it clearly, like it was yesterday. Yeah, no, I was like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't say those things on Club Penguin. But it was like, yeah, listen, we know kids do this all the time. We just have to come over here and check what's going on, you know? It's like, oh yeah, no, Dad, I didn't do it.
So for those of you listening and not listening the first time he told the story, I'll tell it really quickly.
Yeah.
Basically, he was on Club Penguin. He said a few things he shouldn't have said.
Yeah, it was Club Penguin Island. Me and my cousin, we were
Let's just
messing
say a
around.
few people were listening that shouldn't have been listening.
Well, it wasn't even that we were listening. We just said some stuff in the chat, and we're thinking, oh, these are all like little kids. They're not going to know how to read. And then next thing you know,
the FBI comes knocking down his door.
And they know how to read.
And they know how to read.
Yeah, he shows up with
they're showing you the chat logs.
full transcript printed out
Why don't
paper.
you come take a seat?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, he had the full transcript on paper. He's like, okay, well, opens it up like a scroll. He's like, do you recognize this? And I'm like, that's funny. It's like, why are you laughing? It's like, well, because it's funny.
If the transcript was that large, how much did you say?
2 pages worth?
No, it was like a single page.
Oh, okay.
It was like a single page. I said like a handful of things, but let me tell you, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Handful.
Well, shout out to the FBI for listening. I love you, man. Keep doing you. I love the work
Shout
you
out
do.
to that man for showing up on his day off,
Yep,
not
shout
even
out
in
to that man.
uniform. All he did was bring his badge. He's like, yeah,
He's like, it's sweatpants.
He's like,
and a hoodie.
listen, this is the usual. Just let's get this over with. I know it's just you have a kid. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and see what I could do. So the reason why I asked each of you this was because these two celebrities were caught lying this past weekend and had to and were exposed just yesterday. And
Can I guess who it is?
Go ahead, Jamie. You're never gonna get it. So go
Is
ahead.
it Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello?
Nope. Anyways,
Damn.
loser alert. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. My lie was none, because I was so afraid of my mom back in the day. Still am. Still am now, because now I'm just like doing me. But I was so afraid of my mom back then that I was afraid to lie to her about anything. I thought it would be wrong to lie, and so I just did things. Actually, I didn't do much as a kid. You know, my childhood was pretty boring, so I didn't lie about
Boo.
anything.
Okay.
I did, however, lie to I guess my tia. Shout out to the tia Wilma if you're listening. Just kidding. You don't know how to listen to me. Regardless, though, I told my tia Wilma that I was going to my mom's house, which is 4 blocks away from my grandma's house. But yet I was going to a house party that was 1 block away from my grandma's house. I wouldn't really count as lying to my mom because she never asked me what I was doing or asked me where I was. She just thought it was my grandma's house. So I never count those as lies. If she asked me, I would have answered her just because, like, you know, she probably wouldn't know where I am. I just don't want to tell my aunt, though, because she just asked too many questions.
Yeah.
So then I went over there, and that was the first party I ever went to and the last house party I ever went to.
Why less?
Because the cops came. That's why. And I never did it again. I never got invited to any either. So there you go.
You're invited to my next party
Thanks, Jamie.
with that guy in the closet.
I appreciate that. Hopefully he's in there. I'd love to ask him a few questions.
Yeah, I do too. If I could go back in time, I think I'd really ask why.
Anytime also where I felt like I got in trouble, it wasn't really about a lie. It was because like my phone wasn't working or like I had bad connection where like if I don't answer somebody for an hour, like my mom or my dad, they'll like put a search party on me.
Wait,
like
who called the cops?
Good question. I'm assuming a neighbor did at the time for that party, the house party. People got so scared when the cops came where they started jumping fences and doing this and doing that. It wasn't that big of a deal. The cops just said, hey, lower the music please, and like
Wait, I just want to run
good
this
old
back.
days.
This was like a family party.
no, this was a house party at some house that no adults were there.
Well, you were mentioning your aunt.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because I lied to my aunt to go over
Oh,
to the
you
house party.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
That's all right. You just wanted to know.
The
That's
good
all
old
good.
days of hopping the fences.
Yeah, people were so scared.
Yeah,
There was
people
nothing-
would just be running. People would just be running through people's backyards.
Yep.
One guy pulled out a crossbow on my friend
Oh my
in his
God,
bag. He
a
goes,
whole
"Don't move!"
crossbow.
Whoa!
That's
Arms up,
crazy.
everything. Don't move.
That is wild.
Nuts.
You went rapid fire with that story, but I appreciate it.
No, of course. Sometimes you just have to. It's not that hard. So
Yeah, no, I got it processed now for sure.
the reason why I went ahead and I brought this up was because Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. You ever heard of those two? They do a live show. All right,
heard
it's
of
called Live with Kelly and Mark.
Yeah.
They just were blasted after being revealed that Thursday's episode of Live with Kelly and Mark was pre-recorded. Bum bum bum. That's right. I guess Kelly and Mark have such a busy schedule in their show if they do live.
Are they married?
That they only had a 3-day work
these
week.
are the people that are married. Yeah.
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
So if they're married and you can't fit time in, what are you too busy doing? Getting your holes stretched?
Whoa! You didn't have to say that. That's out of pocket. But
Whoa, that
here-
was
here-
intense.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy thing to say, Jamie. You had no business
Anyway,
saying that.
Consuelos joined the live as co-host on Monday, sitting alongside with
crazy.
wife Ripa, also 52. They're just about 52 old people, Jamie. So that's kind of crazy to think about it like
Wait,
that.
this is crazy because they had the time to pre-record it, but they didn't have the time
So basically, they
to reschedule whatever they were doing.
they
Yeah.
said that they couldn't do it
jeez.
live.
Yeah, you know
straight
why
up.
they couldn't do it live?
Why is that?
Because they were
You
doing
keep-
other things
Oh
live.
my
Uh-oh.
goodness! You keep insinuating that, but do we know that?
No, but we don't need to know it. We just know that they're rescheduling other stuff out of the way.
Honestly, if you were asking me if I care that Kelly and Mark were live, I don't. All right, these two could be
I'd
recorded
care if
for
they're
all
live
I
on
care.
like OnlyFans. I'd be like, wow, they're getting
What
money
is
in other
going on with
ways.
Jamie over here?
Because
oh my
why
goodness.
else are you, why can't you work a 4-day week? Why can't you work a 4-day week? People are like, oh, but people are much happier when they work 4
I wouldn't even
days.
call this work that they do. All right, they're just like any other.
So if you
talk show.
can't get your ass up on top of a chair and just go, hey guys, we're gonna talk about nonsense
For an
today. I hope-
hour.
yeah, and just
You
smile.
think you're any better?
What do you mean I'm any better?
We're here.
Yeah, but the difference is that I'm not on TV. They're getting paid to be on TV, probably thousands upon thousands of dollars,
They are.
just to smile and say hello. Where we're not getting paid to
look
say
attractive.
hello.
Well, they greenlit the idea to have a pre-recorded show, and they're still getting paid for that. So
Yeah, it's probably their idea because guess what? They're married. So you know what? They could do whatever they want.
Yeah,
I guess.
Honestly, I don't think this guy Mark and Kelly are at all entertaining. In my opinion, again, I'm not a middle-aged woman that stays at home and watches.
I don't
this
watch the
TV
show either, but,
yeah.
you know.
not a fan. I don't watch The View.
I think it was
either.
pretty big for when Ryan Seacrest was on it.
You know, that's what I was in the article. That's the only thing they're known for, I guess. The Ryan Seacrest part.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is
Ryan
true.
Seacrest was a big thing. I mean, he was on American Idol.
Yep.
I'm not saying that's why American
You
Idol
know who
got
I
big,
do miss
but
though? Wendy Williams.
She's gone, too.
Crazy. She was an absurd woman.
Yeah,
Ellen's gonna be
that's-
gone too. I don't miss Ellen though. She was whack.
all these people are leaving. It's because times are changing.
Oprah's retiring soon, right?
I haven't heard that one.
She's so
she
old.
said she retired
She's so
before,
old.
and then she didn't.
You know what's my favorite? When you
What?
play games on your phone, and they always like to do the Oprah quote unquote gummies that she's like quote
Oh, I keep
unquote
seeing
promoting.
those, yeah.
And it's like gummies to make you lose weight, and they just put Oprah's face, but it's obviously not with Oprah on it.
No, it's
like,
not. Oprah
it's just a
does not
scam.
co-sign that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they will do whatever it takes
So
for
they
people.
they
to,
got caught lying because clearly they weren't live. I think their fans don't really care though.
How did they get exposed by that though? Like I feel
I
like there
think
must have been a
I think they
telltale sign.
submitted to it. Honestly.
I think they said it that
Yeah,
like they were doing a
submitted to it.
pre-recording for a
Oh.
week because
Yep.
Ryan left, and then after that they were like, why don't we just continue this cycle? So I
Well-
mean, like, why do they get more free time and we don't?
Wait,
exactly what Jamie said.
they gave them a heads up though. They weren't dishonest.
No, but they gave them a heads up for that one
No,
week.
that 1 week. Not they never gonna do
And
it
then they
again.
just continued
And
it.
They did it anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And why would it matter?
Shout out to the live audience who didn't rat them out though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
funny.
right? They didn't rat them out.
What live audience?
Well, they have the canned laughter, which means they have when they record it, they did have people in the audience. They just didn't do it
Yeah,
live.
they just have people like
you
that.
sure you didn't just they didn't just have like bits recorded?
You think they were just in an empty room?
They could have been.
That's pretty funny if they
for
were.
a pre-recorded thing. Yeah, that what?
No, but sometimes pre-recorded shows, like for example, like Family Feud is never live.
What about what's
Well,
that
yeah.
show? What is that show that
Well, I know there's like the live shows that it's like, oh, this was filmed in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
like
about
they say that.
the
but-
Jimmy Fallon show, for example? Like that's live
That's
at a certain
live.
point.
That is live, yeah.
I thought that's not always live.
No, it is always live because it's called the Tonight Show, right?
They have pre-recorded bits, like things they'll do in advance for like an appearance.
And they'll
like,
show it to the audience.
Yeah,
but nothing
yeah.
else.
Yeah, like they'll project it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
but-
like for example, if like Miley Cyrus was coming in, like that's not always there
Like,
on the time.
No, that part is true. But you know, like carpool karaoke that James Gordon does.
Oh yeah,
That isn't live. That's
like a
pre-recorded.
lot of the stuff, like I want to say the skits they do on those talk shows are like they're pre-recorded and they like written. They're
Do you
written
guys
and
like
scripted.
talk shows like the Jimmy Fallon? I never understood the point of those besides to like have people promote
It's
their stuff.
cheesy.
Let
The
me
only-
tell you, I'm sorry.
Go.
I'm sorry. I was gonna. Okay. I like Jimmy Fallon. I like Conan. Other than that, I don't like anybody else. And I hate Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know why. I just don't like him.
What were you gonna say?
I only liked that one. I only liked some of the skits that get really popular. I forgot what I was doing, but I was going through social media and I saw Jimmy Fallon did a skit with someone else, and they were just making fun of the music videos for songs.
Jimmy Fallon does a good job with those cheesy jokes. Yeah.
Do you remember? It was like "Spin Me Like a Record." He did that one. That was a good
Spin
one.
me right round, baby, right round like a
he has
record.
an actual like singing though. Like he has a record. Like he has not a record label, but he like makes music though.
Yeah.
I also heard
he
that
can play. He can shred on the guitar, bro.
I also heard that he was on The Voice as well. I mean, it's cool if you're multi-talented, don't get me wrong, but if you're like Kelly Ripa and Mark whatever his name is, and all you do is smile and sit in front of a camera and just open your legs, I mean, I don't know.
Whoa, what is going on with Jamie today?
Well, listen, I don't think Jimmy Fallon does all that. I think he's gotten a lot funnier. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when he was on SNL, I think it's safe to say a lot of people, it was a popular opinion that he should be hated for, he laughs and looks at the camera. And it's like, oh, you didn't earn that. You're a young new guy. But I'd say as of now, on like the talk shows and everything, like, he's great.
I want someone to call in to 516-572-7440 and tell me if you would prefer a 3-day week like Kelly and Mark, only because I want to know, like, what would you do in your free time instead?
It's a lot of free time. That's 4 days.
Because to be honest with you, who needs all that free time? I'm not going to be rude here and say, oh yeah, we all don't deserve it. But it's like, I'm sorry, there's some jobs that you just cannot have that type of work week.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe one week it's jury duty, the next it's dialysis.
Sir, you're told in advance for jury duty, so don't even. And also, like, if you were to work in a hospital, I'm sorry, but there's no way you would get 3 days. No way. When people are dying, they're going to be like, oh, sorry, my shift's over now. And then just like walk away. Like, that's not how that works. But if I were paid to just sit there on a counter and be like, well, today's big news is the flowers are blooming, then I'd be like, great, I can go home now and be at peace.
Sean, if you're listening, I want a 3-day week schedule now, right? I'm doing 4 days off this week, Sean. Right? I want on that Kelly and Mark time now, baby.
Changing your underwear is good.
Speak for yourself. I like them nice and zesty feeling.